Hi guys, how's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. So this is going to be a general reading for Scorpio, all right? So it's going to be for July 1st through July 16th, and it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you if it does. And then I also wanted to say that if you don't already have a birth chart, I always encourage everyone to get a free one online. Even if you don't know your exact birth time, you can do this because we have all 12 signs throughout our birth chart. So this reading can resonate for you, like for instance, even if you're not a sun, rising, moon, or Venus Scorpio. All right, so we're going to get into your reading in just a moment here. I pulled all of your tarot cards and your oracle cards at the very end. I've already pulled as well. But I wanted to go over, Scorpio, a couple of the general astrology notes for this time period. So they're just a couple key points that's for everyone. So if you've already watched some of these reading series for this time period and you're watching this later, you can also, feel free to fast forward through this part if you've heard it before, of course. So also I'll try to write down the timestamp for like when the tarot reading actually starts if you're not interested in the little like astrology bit, okay? But anyway, Scorpio, let's get into your reading here and your astrology notes first, okay? So the first thing that's happening is on July 1st, there's a last quarter moon, and then on July 3rd, Jupiter, right, which already went into retrograde on June 20th, okay? It's quintiling Uranus, okay? So that is the ruler of Aquarius. It's a very creative energy. It's a rebellious energy. It deals with technology, innovation, those kind of things, okay? And also, there could be something going on during this time period that, goes back to like a year before when there was a similar, astrology kind of placement. Okay, so you can always click in the description box below too. There's a link there with all the astrology, like starting from January of this year to December, all the way at the end. If you want to look back or you want to look forward, it's there too, okay? And then on July 9th, the new moon goes into Cancer, which should be a nice breath of fresh air for everyone as, actually, I skipped ahead. I was already on the Mercury thing I was going to talk about. So we'll just go there right now. Because basically all I was going to say about new moon is it's a good time for manifestations and doing magic, but also I don't believe that you should do anything at a certain time when people tell you. So whenever you want to manifest or do magic, you do it then. But some people like to do it during the new moon as it's building to the full moon, okay? But what I was skipping ahead to was on July 11th, Mercury leaves Gemini and it finally enters Cancer, okay? So Mercury rules Gemini, right? We were in Mercury retrograde, okay? And we were in Gemini season, so that was probably difficult for some people. Of course, everyone's different, right? But that's what I was saying about the breath of fresh air. So finally, when Mercury's leaving its ruling sign, Gemini, and then going into Cancer, it will be a nice, I think, big relief for everyone. Now, Mercury left retrograde on January 22nd, but we're in its shadow until about July 6th. So I'm filming this on the 28th, okay, of June. So, just a couple of days before Mercury enters Cancer on July 11th, then it also will be officially out of its shadow period, which is really nice. Okay, moving forward, only have two more little points here. And then on July 14th, Pallas Athena, which is an asteroid, it's not a planet, but it's a big enough asteroid that it still affects us. Why they call it Pallas Athena is because it deals with themes of the Greek goddess Athena, right? So talents in the arts, wisdom, defense, intuition, justice, and artisan themes, okay? And the last time that this happened was May 18th, 2020 through September 5th, 2020, okay? So there could be, again, something that's going back to that period of last year that can resonate with what you're currently going on during this period, or it's wrapping something up or bringing something all together and culminating. But basically, it's saying to you that in the past, if you made decisions without making organized plans ahead of time. It's really urging you, like Athena is the goddess of wisdom, right, to use your intellect in making decisions and then slowly act upon them. Okay, so and then the last keynote here is Chiron goes into retrograde on July 15th. Okay, so Chiron is also an asteroid, not a planet, but it's big enough to feel its effects. Okay, so Chiron is the Greek wounded healer. Okay, so it deals with our vulnerability, our soft underbelly, right, and healing wounds. Okay, so the same thing, if there was something going on last year during, let's say it is July 11th, 2020 through December 13th, 2020, where you didn't heal something all the way, or you need to revisit it to bring the full healing back to it. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody, of course, but anything with themes of healing, okay, with Chiron going into retrograde there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for your astrology notes. So let's get into your reading here. I am going to post the photo, at the end, one photo of all the cards that I pulled here for you today. I'll also put it up, on the side of the video somewhere here, so you can take a look at it like while I'm talking to you about each card. All right, Scorpio. But let's see what we have here for you. So we have Six of Sacred Circles upright. We have King of Cups upright. We have Two of Cups upright. We have Prince of Staves upright, or also known as Prince of Wands in other decks. Then we have Three of Cups in reverse and Prince of Sacred Circles upright. Okay, and then we'll get into your confirmation cards after that, your tarot confirmation cards, and also what's on the top and the bottom of each deck, okay? But I also wanted to say too, if you're new, welcome, and if you're coming back, welcome back, of course. But I usually do the first 6, okay, in 2 rows. So the first row is energy starting around July 1st, can be a little bit before, a little bit after, but basically going through that first row is the first week and weekend of July, and then the second row is the same thing, the second week and weekend of July. All right. And also one more thing to keep in mind as well is that if this isn't your energy, Scorpio, it could be the energy of someone that you're dealing with, one person you're dealing with, or multiple people that you're dealing with, an organization, or your general environment or situation. So that's why I always say in the beginning of the readings to always find out what your other placements are and check your sun, rising, moon, and Venus signs, to get your full picture of your horoscope. Okay, anyway, going forward here, you start off with the Six of Sacred Circles, or the Six of Pentacles in other decks, okay? And so this is a really nice energy here, Scorpio. This talks about having a want to give back to somebody else, okay? So this is talking about charity, okay? So in some decks you would see this card. This one it's kind of hard to see here, but that's why I said I'll show you the full set of cards later, right? But this is a Native American depiction, and you basically just see this winter scene. There's a full moon in the background, and there's a tree, and then there's these little tiny almost like sacks of like a oh my gosh, what is it trying to say? Like some kind of almost even like oh my gosh, I cannot think of the word right now. It's like a little bag, okay, like a magical bag that you would keep little stones in, or you could keep rocks in it, you could keep anything, okay? Like if you go to a metaphysical store, you know what I'm talking about. Some people put jewelry in there. But anyway, so there's these 6 bags, right, that are supposed to represent the pentacles, okay? So pentacles in tarot, obviously, or maybe not obviously, but they're not just about money. Abundance isn't just money, okay? So abundance can be whatever you currently want to manifest in your life, okay? So you could be wanting to start a new business, move up in a relationship, move up at work, get a deeper level of relationship with friends or family, whatever it is, work on your health, etc., okay? So that's what pentacles and abundance are, right? But with this 6 of pentacles here, this is you saying, okay, I have a little bit, I don't have 10 pentacles, right? It's not 10 of pentacles, but I have 6, and I'm slowly like stacking my abundance, but I want to give something back to somebody else who might need it more than me. So a lot of times in other decks you would see this woman on the side of the road, and she's giving some money to some poor children on the side of the road, okay? But again, it doesn't have to be money. So there could be somebody you could help, an old lady across the street, help her carry her groceries. You could help someone learn a skill or a craft. You could just spend time with someone, whatever it is, right? It doesn't have to be money. But anyway, you're in this energy in the beginning of July, and it's really beautiful. Okay. Now moving forward here, your second card is the King of Cups upright. This is a very nice abundant energy as well. This is you being in control of your emotions, people looking up to you, you having a position of authority, you feeling like you have all the tools around you that you need, okay, to master or do whatever you want to do, all right? But it talks about emotional contentment, emotional fulfillment as well. So that's a really nice energy here with the King of Cups upright. Okay, so emotions are in the cup, right? That's what the cups deal with. Okay, so it's emotional contentment, fulfillment, whatever makes you happy. That's what you're manifesting and working on. And it's a very abundant, positive energy for momentum. Okay, so very nice, Scorpio. And then your third card here, well, actually, before we get to that, I think this is where I'm going to talk to you about what's on the top and the bottom of your first deck here, okay, before we go forward, okay? So anytime we talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each deck, this is energy from the recent past, why certain cards have shown up, or why certain past energy might be still kind of lingering around underneath, okay? So, oh, I remember these are reversed, yes. So what's on the top is your Seven of Cups in reverse, and what's on the bottom is the Moon in the reverse position, okay? So this is saying that in the recent past, and you have to decide what the recent past is for you, okay? It can be a couple of months ago, it can be years ago, it can be days ago, it can be hours ago, whatever it is, right? But basically, in the recent past, you might have had a lot of options and you were still trying to figure out what your next move was going to be. You could have had some dark night of the soul energy. You could have been having a spiritual awakening in some way, but you were coming out of that observational place, right, of not making any decisions, whether good or bad, okay? And then you started to want to make a decision, okay? And it coincides here with the Moon in reverse, and that's actually how you want to see that Moon card. You want to see it in the reverse position, because that means that you're letting go of any illusions or confusion or misunderstanding. Again, this talks about, you know, if you look at the Moon card in reverse in comparison to the King of Cups upright, the Moon card, when it's upright, okay, the emotions are all over the place. For instance, one example I like to use is at night, okay, you have all the lights turned off and you look at a coat rack and it looks like something else, or a person or a monster or whatever. But if you turn the light on, you're just like, oh, okay, it's a coat rack, right? But so I use that as an example because when the Moon is upright, it means you need more information, you need more light, you need more wisdom, right? With the owl here too. Okay, so it is in reverse. So that means that the way that you were able to get into the King of Cups energy of balancing your emotions was that you got more information, you took more time, you looked for wisdom from yourself or from other people, or both, okay? So again, this is just past energy and kind of like going back a little bit about how we got the current cards that we have, okay? But going forward here, we have your third card is the Two of Cups energy. This is a beautiful energy that it's a union card, right? So it's talking about an equal give and take between two people. It can be more than two people, right? It's just a metaphor, okay? It can be obviously romantic love, like how it's depicted in the card. It can be a work partnership. It can be with friends or family, or it can be a union of different parts of yourself coming together if you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, okay? But either way, it's a higher vibrational love, and it's really nice energy, okay? And again, this is your third card. It's still in the first row here, so that could be more energy in the first week or weekend of July. All right, moving forward. So your fourth card here, Scorpio, is the Prince of Staves, also known as the Prince of Wands, okay? And the way it's depicted here is you see this Egyptian young prince, right? He's not a king, okay, but he's on his way. He has this type of like silent confidence to him, okay? And you see the pyramids in the background, and he's holding the Ankh and the symbol for, I can't remember if it's Lower Egypt or Upper Egypt, but anyway, doesn't matter really. So he's learning how to be a king. He's coming to, sorry. car going by, it gets a little loud. He's learning how to have more confidence, right? He's building his confidence, having more authority and power, because he will eventually be taking over the king's position, okay? But it is a very abundant energy. It's open to learning, which is really important, right? We should always do that regardless of our position or our age, okay? But again, so far you just have like really beautiful energy here in the first 2 weeks of July. Now, with that being said, I wanted to talk about your fifth card here is the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, so the Three of Cups in reverse could be a couple different things, right? It could be that you're getting out of a third party situation. Okay, third party doesn't always have to be you in a triangle with two other people. Okay, it could be you in a triangle with another person, and then let's say they're a workaholic, or they have addictions, or their family is influencing them in some way, whatever it is, okay? That's a third party situation, right? So it could be some of you are coming out of that energy, or you're just resisting it and saying, I don't want to be a part of that, whatever it is, okay? But also when the Three of Cups is upright, normally it's about celebrations, okay? It's about feeling a lot of support around you, right? So you see this queen and king, or no, I'm sorry, you see this princess and prince, and then the king is in the background here, okay? But they're all kind of about to cheers their cups in like celebration, okay? So that's the celebrations and the support, okay? So it could be for some of you, since it's in reverse, that you're not feeling a lot of support at this time in some way, or you're having a harder time getting in contact with your support system, whatever it is, friends, family, etc. Or there's some kind of big celebration put on hold, or you don't feel like celebrating just yet, or something kind of like that, okay? But really, I would say out of your whole reading here, this is the only kind of like not completely positive card, but what's positive and negative, all cards have both, okay? So it's just like a little road bump, okay, as we would say. All right, but let's keep going forward here. Now your sixth card, okay, is the Prince of Sacred Circles, which is also the Prince of Pentacles, okay? So you've got another prince here, okay? You have two princes, right? And a king upright, okay? So this is an energy of wanting to, again, have some type of learning of communication with other people, like not just learning about yourself, what it means to be a king, you're not one yet, right? But learning how important communication is. And you see that here with this Native American man. He's holding the peace pipe, the peace pipe. And so in a lot of cultures, Native American, Hoodoo, African, like tobacco is like a communication herb, right? So I'm not telling anyone to smoke or not smoke, but I'm just saying that that is kind of the imagery here, okay? Always use your own intuition and your doctor and all that stuff, okay? But this is a really nice, again, abundant energy, but he's very open and he wants to keep learning, okay? So again, that is something that is so beautiful. And like I said, no matter what your position is at work or whatever, what have you, or what your age is, you should always be open to learning new things, because that makes you abundant. It makes you grateful for what you have, okay? And it's just a nice energy to keep manifesting forward. Okay, so with that being said, I also wanted to show you, before we get into your tarot confirmation cards, what was on the top and the bottom of your other deck here, the main six, okay? This is the ancestral path, right? The ones with Celtic and African and Egyptian and Native American, all kinds of different cultures, okay? So this is again energy from the recent past and why certain cards have come out, or just energy underneath your reading, okay? But you have the Magician in reverse and the Temperance in reverse, okay? So this could be saying that for some of you in the recent past, you were having a hard time manifesting, maybe because you weren't being open to learning new things, right? Because now you are. It also talks about impatience with the Temperance in reverse. When Temperance is right side up, it's all about balance and balancing between your emotions, balancing between your mental and your emotions and your spiritual, balancing between the 5D and the 3D, so like the physical world of paying your bills, etc., and then your spiritual side, right, or your subconscious side, your conscious, your subconscious, okay? So you really see that here. Normally when she's standing up, she has one foot in the water and one foot on land, but again, it is in the reverse position. So I really feel like in the recent past, for some of you, you could have been also, as a side note, dealing with a Sagittarius, or you have a lot of Sagittarius in your chart or their chart, or it can mean nothing at all. I only say that because this is the Temperance and the Magician card, and they're both Sagittarius energies, and also a little bit of Gemini. What else do we have? We also have Pisces with the moon in reverse. We have Aries, we'll get into in a minute. But again, if you're interested in learning more about that and going more into detail, when you see the photo of all the cards, you can say, okay, I want to know who I'm dealing with or what this card represents. You can just look up tarot cards with zodiac signs, okay? So anyway, but I really just feel like for most of you, we're just talking about, you know, that in the past that you had a harder time manifesting something, or feeling like you had all the tools that you needed, or still working on your confidence, and you were really impatient with something in the past. And this could have been like fuel to get you into, you know, that energy we just talked about with the Prince of Pentacles or Prince of Sacred Circles upright, where now you're open to learning new things, you're working on your confidence, and you're doing all that, and you're manifesting and creating. Okay, so very nice. All right, with that being said though, let's get into your confirmation cards. Okay, so the first one you have here is the Four of Swords upright, your second one is the Emperor upright, and your third one is Eight of Swords upright. Okay, so again, when we talk about confirmation cards, this is energy from the recent past for the most part, okay, unless I otherwise say so. And we're just confirming the energy already on the deck in your main six here, or on the board, I mean. Okay, so the Four of Swords energy, okay, this is from the recent past, right? This is talking about you needing to take a break, okay? You could have been really exhausted or tired or burnt out in some way, or just, if it's not that, just grounding yourself, right? So, you know, making sure that you take those moments for yourself, and you eat the right foods, you get enough sleep, all those things, okay? And so it can also, you know, speak about you letting go of the more that you, okay, let me say it like this. The more that you ground yourself, obviously, the more that you're going to be more clear-headed, less confused, less up, you know, stuck in your head too much, okay? So you really see that with the swords going down here. Anytime they're going down, this talks about the energy of being confused. You want the swords right side up, okay? And then also in the corner, very small there, you can see this woman, and she's a tree, right? But she's like so drained and so tired, and she looks almost like winter, like the tree's dying almost, let's say, okay? So make sure, again, you drink your water, you eat the good foods, you get all the sleep, okay? But anyway, this energy is just kind of confirming what's going on here with your first card, the Six of Sacred Circles, and the Six of Sacred Circles, or Six of Pentacles in other decks, and your Prince of Staves or Prince of Wands in other decks, okay? So this is basically saying that in the recent past, right, the way that you were able to work on your abundance with the Six of Sacred Circles, and stack your abundance and give back to others in some form of charity, right? It doesn't have to be money, was because you did take that rest that you needed, and you took that time to really ground yourself and nurture yourself and do all of those good things, okay? And also the way that you were able to work on being open to learning new things, right? And working on your confidence, okay? And all of those things that we talked about with the Prince of Wands upright, okay, is because you took the rest that you needed, okay? And you nourished yourself and you grounded yourself, and however you do that, okay? So very nice, though. And then with the Emperor upright as your second confirmation card, this is kind of like another king energy here, okay, right? He's the Emperor. And this is the Aries card I was talking about before, if you care about the signs, okay? But he has, you know, there's good sides and bad sides of every card, like I say, but he does have a little bit of this stuck in my ways energy. You can see it in his posture, the way he's kind of like slouched on his throne, okay? So there could be a little bit in the recent past energy you were stubborn with something, or if it wasn't you, right, Scorpio, could be the person you're dealing with, general environment situation, okay? But generally he is very passionate, very creative, okay? Yes, there's my timer going off there, but that's okay. I never stick by the time anyway. And so, yeah, this is really nice energy as long as it doesn't go into the negative side where you get too stuck in your ways and lazy about something, okay? But basically, this card is coming here and it's confirming the King of Cups, right, that we had upright, and also the Three of Cups in reverse. So this is basically saying here, Scorpio, that I feel like with the King of Cups energy, he looks more open to learning, also because he's holding a book, right? I mean, not just because you're holding a book doesn't mean you're actually reading it. Some people just pose like that, right? But hopefully not, okay? So he has his cup upright, right? He has all the things, his emotional contentment, fulfillment, okay? And he's not letting it just be his status or how people see him or what people want from him too, since he is a king, right? But he's kind of looks more open and he looks more abundant than, let's say, the Emperor, if you look at them too like that, okay? But also when the Emperor is coming in here and is confirming the Three of Cups, again, the reason why you maybe felt a little bit towards the second week of July that you didn't have a lot of support around you in some way, because you had to put some type of celebration on hold, or you didn't feel like celebrating something, or you were getting out of a third party situation, could be because you had this stagnant energy a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of being stuck in your ways or being lazy about something, okay? Now let's see, going forward, your last confirmation card, okay, and I really feel like this is more of a warning energy or a catalyst or fuel energy, okay, is the Eight of Swords upright. So this talks about feeling trapped in some way, not able to see all the information that you need to see, okay, with the blindfolds on her, and also being really confused about something, or really stuck in your mental, stuck in your head, anxiety, worry, overthinking, okay, with, again, all the swords going downwards, all right? But it could be for some of you, since it is confirming the Two of Cups upright, that whatever this union is that we talked about in the first week, whether it's romantic, work, friends, family, or different parts of yourself, there could be something about this union that has you really worried, overthinking, stuck in your head, feeling trapped, okay, for some of you, all right? But again, like I said, I really feel like it's more of a catalyst card, or just like a little reminder, a little warning here, okay? Because it's also confirming the Prince of Sacred Circles upright, okay? Or Prince of Pentacles, okay? So this is that really abundant energy. I want to talk about things, but not to the point where I'm just talking to myself or just stuck in my head. It's really with the peace pipe. It's like I want to sit down with somebody and talk. So this could be saying that you could be, even if you weren't feeling support for a little bit before, right, with this, not this one, with the Three of Cups in reverse, a feeling of lack of support around you. This time you could be really reaching out to somebody else or your support system, whatever it may be, and saying, I really want to talk about things, and I don't want to feel trapped or confused, or I don't want to feel like I don't see things properly. And so this is a really nice energy. So I feel like it, again, is more of a catalyst or fuel, okay? So with all that being said, I know we're over schedule a little bit, so let's get your confirmation cards here. Okay, so your first one here is you've got love, and it says codependency, boundaries, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Hadarian energy. Okay, this is the Rebecca Campbell deck. All right, and I'll just read the one little sentence or two sentences here. The rest of it you can always look up online too if you want to get more into it. But anyway, it says, do you lose yourself in a relationship? What kind of relationship? And if you do, how do you lose yourself? How can you develop a deeper love for yourself? So that technically was like 3 little sentences, but you get what I'm saying there, hopefully. Okay. And like I said, I think that that energy really could go with, hold on, let's see, where is the other card I was looking for? Well, yeah, I could just go with the last one we talked about, the Prince of Sacred Circles or Prince of Pentacles upright, about asking questions, about having a communication, okay? So you could be even just communicating with yourself more honestly and asking those questions that you could have been scared to ask yourself before, okay? But again, you can also look this card up more in depth later because there's like 2-3 pages, but I'm not going to read all that to you guys, okay? And then your second oracle card, whether you're watching for romantic reasons or platonic love with friends or family or self-love, your love oracle message is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay. So that could be a particular message for some of you guys at this time. And yeah, I think that if, you know, if there's things that are stressing you out with your career and your finances, obviously that could put you in the not best mood to be romantic with somebody if you're really focused on getting everything else, you know, figured out and worked out. And if it's with friends or family, it's kind of the same thing. And even with self-love, it would be the same, right? So you may be neglecting your self-love or all these different types of love because you are so focused on those other things. So this would just be a little reminder to make sure you take some time for the other love too, or just love in general, right? Okay. And then your very last oracle message is the tiger. Oh, this one's so cute. I haven't seen this one in a long time, but it says you're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you're capable of doing so. So yeah, I think that this would definitely go with the two prince cards that you had and the king card, right? So slowly leveling up in some way. That crow agrees with me. So this is your message for this time, Scorpio. Thank you so much for sticking with me and being patient, and hopefully when Mercury is finally out of its shadow after July 6th, we will have better sound situations and just all of that. So thank you for being patient. Thank you for your energy, for your likes, for your subscriptions, for your shares, all of that. So also real quick, if you want to subscribe, it is free. All you have to do is click on the bottom bell icon and make sure it's blue and active, and it just notifies you when I put out new videos. So other than that, I hope you guys take care, and I'll see you later.